Abundant. Existing in large quantities. The tropical forest is abundant with wildlife. Accommodate. Provide lodging or a place to stay. The hotel was able to accommodate our group. Accurate. Precise and without error. The report contains accurate financial data. Adapt. Adjust to new conditions. The company had to adapt to the changing market. Adverse. Unfavorable or harmful. The team faced adverse weather conditions during the game. Advocate. Support or argue for a cause. The organization advocates for human rights. Affluent. Wealthy and prosperous. The affluent neighborhood has many luxury homes. Alleviate. Reduce the severity of something. The medication helped alleviate the patient's pain. Ambiguous. Unclear or uncertain in meaning. The instructions were ambiguous and confusing. Amicable. Friendly and peaceful. The two countries resolved their dispute in an amicable manner. Amplify. Increase the volume or intensity of something. The speakers amplified the sound of the music. Analogous. Similar or comparable in certain respects. The situation is analogous to what happened last year. Anomaly. Something that deviates from what is standard or expected. The high temperature was an anomaly for this time of year. Anthropogenic. Caused by human activity. The increase in greenhouse gas emissions is largely anthropogenic. Apparent. Clearly visible or understood. It was apparent that the team was struggling to score. Apprehend. Arrest or take into custody. The police apprehended the suspect after a chase. Arbitrary. Based on random choice or personal whim. The decision seemed arbitrary and unfair. Arduous. Requiring great effort or labor. The climb to the summit was arduous and challenging. Articulate. Able to express thoughts and ideas clearly. The speaker was very articulate in presenting her argument. Ascertain. Determine or establish with certainty. The investigators ascertained the cause of the accident. Assiduous. Diligent and hardworking. The students' assiduous study habits paid off with good grades. Assimilate. Absorb and integrate into the mind. The students struggled to assimilate the complex concepts. Attenuate. Reduce the force, effect, or value of something. The distance attenuated the sound of the explosion. Augment. Increase or make greater in size or amount. The company plans to augment its workforce. Auspicious. Favorable or promising. The weather forecast was auspicious for the outdoor event. Autonomous. Self-governing or independent. The company operates as an autonomous unit within the larger organization. Benevolent. Generous and kind. The philanthropist has a benevolent spirit and helps those in need. Bias. Prejudice in favor of or against something. The judge tried to remain unbiased during the trial. Brevity. Conciseness of expression. The speaker's brevity in answering the question was appreciated. Capricious. Impulsive and unpredictable. The weather has been capricious lately, with sudden changes. Catalyst. A substance that increases the rate of a chemical reaction. The new policy acted as a catalyst for change in the company. Circumvent. Avoid or get around an obstacle or difficulty. The hacker circumvented the security system to gain access. Coherent. Logically and clearly connected. The student's essay was well structured and coherent. Collaborate. Work jointly with others or together. The researchers collaborated on the project. Commence. Begin or start. The meeting will commence at 9 a.m. Compensate. Provide an equivalent in value, worth, or amount. The company compensated the employee for the overtime work. Competent. Having the necessary ability, knowledge, or skill. The doctor was competent in performing the surgery. Comprehensive. Complete and including all or nearly all elements or aspects. The report provided a comprehensive analysis of the situation. Concise. Expressing much in few words. The instructions were concise and easy to follow. Conducive. Tending to promote or facilitate. The quiet environment was conducive to studying. Congruent. Matching or suitable. The colors of the outfit were congruent and complementary. Conscientious. Diligent and thorough. The employee was conscientious in completing the tasks on time. Consolidate. Combine into a single more effective or coherent whole. The company consolidated its operations to reduce costs. Constrain. Restrict or limit. The lack of resources constrained the project's progress. Construct. Build or form by assembling parts. The construction workers constructed the building. Contemplate. Think about deeply and thoroughly. The philosopher contemplated the meaning of life. Contiguous. Touching or connected throughout in an unbroken sequence. The two countries share a contiguous border. Contradict. Assert the opposite of. The evidence contradicted the witness's testimony. Controversial. Giving rise to public disagreement. The new policy was controversial and sparked debate. Conventional. Conforming to accepted standards. The traditional wedding ceremony followed a conventional format. Converge. Come together from different directions. The roads converge at the intersection. Credible. Believable and worthy of trust. The witness provided credible testimony in court. Crucial. Extremely important. Passing the exam is crucial for graduating. Culminate. Reach the highest or most decisive point. The project culminated in a successful launch. Cumulative. Increasing or increasing in quantity, degree, or force by successive additions. The cumulative effect of the changes was significant. Cursory. Hasty and superficial. The inspector conducted a cursory examination of the building. Dearth. Scarcity or lack of something. There is a dearth of affordable housing in the city. Deduce. Arrive at a conclusion by reasoning. The detective deduced the suspect's identity from the evidence. Deficient. Lacking something essential. The soil was deficient in nutrients for the plants to thrive. Delineate. Describe or portray precisely. The map clearly delineates the boundaries of the park. Denote. Indicate or refer to directly. The red light denotes stop in traffic signals. Deplete. Exhaust or use up fully. The natural resources were depleted due to overuse. Derivative. Derived from another source. The song was a derivative work based on an earlier composition. Deter. Discourage or prevent from acting. The high cost of living deterred many people from moving to the city. Dexterous. Skillful in using the hands. The surgeon performed the operation with dexterous precision. Diligent. Hardworking and assiduous. The students' diligent study habits led to excellent grades. Diminish. Make or become less. The pain gradually diminished after taking the medication. Disclose. Make known or reveal. The company disclosed its financial results to the public. Discrete. Separate and distinct. The data points in the graph are discrete rather than forming a continuous line. Discriminate. Recognize a distinction, differentiate. The company was accused of discriminating against certain applicants. Disproportionate. Excessive in comparison to what is reasonable or appropriate. The punishment seemed disproportionate to the crime committed. Disseminate. Spread or disperse widely. The organization disseminated information about the new program. Diverse. Showing a great deal of variety. The city has a diverse population with people from many different backgrounds. Diverge. Separate and go in different directions. The paths diverge at the fork in the road. Docile. Submissive and easily managed. The teacher found the students to be docile and cooperative. Dominant. Most important, powerful, or influential. The company has a dominant market share in the industry. Durable. Able to withstand wear, pressure, or damage. The furniture is made of durable materials that will last for years. Dynamic. Characterized by constant change, activity, or progress. The company has a dynamic and innovative culture. Elucidate. Make clear or easier to understand. The professor's explanation helped elucidate the complex concept. Eminent. Renowned and distinguished. The scientist is an eminent figure in the field of physics. Empirical. Based on observation or experience rather than theory. The study relied on empirical data collected through experiments. Ephemeral. Lasting for a very short time. The butterfly's life cycle is ephemeral, lasting only a few weeks. Equitable. Fair and impartial. The company strives to maintain an equitable compensation system. Erratic. Irregular and unpredictable. The stock market's performance has been erratic lately. Erudite. Having or showing great knowledge or learning. The professor is known for his erudite lectures on literature. Esoteric. Intended for or likely to be understood by only a small number of people. The discussion delved into esoteric topics that were difficult to follow. Ethical. Morally correct or acceptable. The company has a strong ethical code of conduct. Evolve. Develop gradually. The company evolved to adapt to changing conditions. Exacerbate. Make a problem, bad situation, or negative feeling worse. The heavy rain exacerbated flooding in the area. Exorbitant. Unreasonably high in price or amount. Hotel prices were exorbitant during peak season. Expedite. Speed up the progress or development of something. The software helped expedite data processing. Explicit. Stated clearly and in detail, leaving no room for confusion or doubt. The instructions were explicit about the required format. Facilitate. Make easier or less difficult. The software facilitated completion of the project. Fallacious. Based on a mistaken belief. The argument contained fallacious reasoning. Feasible. Possible to do easily or conveniently. The solution seems feasible and worth considering. Fluctuate. Vary irregularly in amount or value. Stock prices fluctuated throughout the day. Fortuitous. Happening by chance rather than intention. The meeting was a fortuitous encounter leading to opportunity. Fragile. Easily broken, damaged, or destroyed. The vase is fragile and should be handled carefully. Frugal. Economical in use or expenditure, not wasteful. The family adopted a frugal lifestyle to save money. Fundamental. Forming a necessary base or core, of central importance. Understanding fundamentals is crucial for success. Futile. Producing no result, useless. Trying to convince him was futile. Germane. Relevant and appropriate to the matter at hand. The testimony was germane to the case. Gradual. Happening or developing slowly or by degrees. The transition was gradual and smooth. Heterogeneous. Diverse in character or content. The city population is heterogeneous, with diverse backgrounds. Homogeneous. Of the same or a similar kind or nature. The group was homogeneous in age and background. Hypothesis. A supposition or proposed explanation made on the basis of limited evidence. The scientist developed a hypothesis to explain observations. Identical. Exactly the same. The twins are identical in appearance. Idiomatic. Relating to or denoting expressions that are natural to a native speaker. The phrase, "It's raining cats and dogs," is idiomatic. Illicit. Unlawful or forbidden by law. Police discovered an illicit drug operation. Immutable. Not able to be changed or altered. Laws of physics are considered immutable. Impair. Weaken or damage something. The injury impaired the athlete's performance. Implicit. Implied though not plainly expressed. The message had an implicit, unstated meaning. Imprecise. Not exact or accurate. The forecast was imprecise, lacking specifics. Inadvertent. Unintentional or accidental. The spill was an inadvertent experiment result. Inane. Lacking sense or meaning, silly. The conversation became inane and pointless. Incisive. Penetrating and clear thinking. The review provided an incisive film analysis. Incoherent. Lacking clarity or order, confused. The speech was incoherent due to medication. Incongruous. Not in harmony or keeping with the surroundings or other aspects. The modern building seemed incongruous in the historic neighborhood. Inconsistent. Lacking harmony or compatibility between parts or elements. The statements were inconsistent with previous positions. Indispensable. Absolutely necessary, essential. The skills are indispensable to project success. Inductive. Relating to induction or proceeding from the particular to the general. The detective used an inductive approach to solve the case.